Okay, so this is a standard residential furnace. Okay, now there's three types that we typically can have. Okay, we can have an upflow furnace where the blower is pushing all the air up. We can have a downflow where the blower is pushing the air down, or we can actually have like a horizontal, but that's usually with attics or underneath crawl spaces. So in an area like this, what we have is we have a furnace that is actually a downflow. So this right down here is my plenum, essentially, where my blower is pushing down. So that means that these tubes that are coming out of here and here, one is going up to supply air to the upstairs, the other one is going down to supply air to the lower level, okay? So this pushes the air that way, okay? So if I was going to put a filter in a system, all right, so here's a clean filter we have, that's a 2-inch by 20-inch by 20, okay? A filter goes on the return side of the system. So this is my return air, this is my supply air. So for a system to operate correctly, I have to be pushing air out, and I push that with the blower. Well, as I'm pushing that air out, I need to be able to cycle the air in whatever space I'm going. As I cycle that air in the space, I need a return, okay? So that's typically where you'll see a vent where you feel air being pushed out of it. And in another area in the room, you'll see just an open vent. That's our return air that's being pulled back by that suction of the blower as the blower's pushing that way. That is where we want this filter. So then we would come and look at our airflow arrow. So it says airflow. So it wants the air going through this way, coming through this side, coming out through this side. So I know that my return air is pushing down through here. My blower's in here, okay? And it pushes it out through there. So this is my return, this is my supply, because this is a downdraft furnace, okay? So that means I'm going to, again, just check one last time. There's my arrow indicating airflow. So my airflow is going this way. So I will take this where I have this slit right here and pocket this in so that I have a clean filter, okay? So now when this unit runs, as it's circulating the air, okay, everything that it's pulling out of the space that it was trying to either heat or cool is going to come back through here, and we're going to filter that air so that when we are pushing air back into that space, we are pushing clean air. We know that it is filtered through, okay? And if you think about it, that also means that we're not driving everything that we're bringing back through our system, okay? We're trying to keep our system as clean and operational as possible. So the biggest thing to remember here is a filter for a system, whether it be heating or cooling, goes on the return air side, okay? And you wanna make sure that you get the airflow arrow correct. And if you're changing these out at home or on a job site, whatever you might do, the best thing to do is to then take a marker and put the date that you change this out, as you should change filters usually every 6 months. If you go to change a filter, after 3 months you look at it, it looks like this, you're going to want to check your system because something is a little bit too dirty in it. If after 6 months you go to change it out and the filter looks brand new, something's wrong with your system. After about 6 months, this is what your filter should look like, okay? On average, it's filtering the air. You don't want to see this collapsed in. If it's collapsed in, it's not filtering anything. So the biggest thing, again, return air, supply air, the filter goes on the return side.